But I can't see through the rain. I seem to have lost my way. I thought I knew what I wanted, but I can't see now which way I should go. And I don't know how to come out from the rain. I thought I knew who you were, but I guess I didn't see it clearly. Everything got caught up in the clouds, and somehow I lost my way. The winds of change are here upon me now, and I don't know which way I should go. Come for me to realize that now is the time that I have and it won't come again. I'm looking inside and I don't see a place for me. I can't find my way anymore. So when I say goodbye, I hope you remember me, 'cause I will remember you. Winds of change are here upon us now. We don't have the answers we need. Where shall we go? The time is gone and I don't know how to find my way. The door, will you turn around and take me in one last time before you go? I look through the window pane, but I can't see through the rain. I seem to have lost my way. I thought I knew what I wanted, but I can't which way I should go, and I don't know how to come out from the rain. I thought I knew who you were, but I guess I didn't see it clearly. Everything got caught up in the clouds, and somehow I lost my way. The winds of change are here upon me now, and I don't know which way I should go. The time has come for me to realize that now is the time that I have and that won't come again. I'm looking inside, and I don't see a place for me. I can't find my way anymore. So when I say goodbye, I hope you remember me.
Sunday fun day, a rainy day. Wherever you are here in sunny South Florida or on the West Coast or up in New York, I heard it's raining up in the Northeast, and we got a little bit of rain happening over here in South Florida, so I can't quite sing my sunshine song, but we are welcoming you here to our Sunday fun day, and what a Sunday fun day we are getting ready to have with all of you. Phew! We're ramping up the energy. We got a new moon, we've got a new attitude, we've got a new beginning. But we've got some hidden truths coming out. We've got some aspects of ourselves and our situations, our circumstances, our relationships with people. Secrets are coming out in all types of ways. So you want to pay attention to your intuition during this time, and you want to ramp up. You want to get on board with the game plan for you. No more distractions, no more illusions. The core of you, the whole of you, the totality of all that you've come to be, let's get it on. Because we are winding down the 2019 and ramping up for your 2020. And where do you want to be in 2020? What's the position you want to have? What relationship are you looking to build or grow? What are you looking to accomplish as you edge into 2020? You'll have to be set in who you are during these times, unprecedented times of change, personal change, planetary change, collective consciousness change, and the change in the countries. All the countries are, well, they're going through something. So as all the countries throughout the world are navigating change, the ripple effect, the energetic effect is impacting everyone. And never before has it been so important for you to come to terms, understanding with who you are and who you have come to be. Once and for all, no more pussyfooting around. We don't want to dance around and play. We want to know, where does the truth of you begin, and where does the illusion end? All of life, it's a stage, right? We have this illusionary self that we bring forth into our interactions with others, in our workplace, because there's a set of expectations at your job performance, perhaps in a certain environment, social activities. And so you come in your authenticity, but we've been trained to have this, well, chameleon energy. and kind of blend. And although it's good to blend and to be able to be a part of wherever you are and fit in, what's happened over time is so many people have lost their way. Just like the song was saying a few minutes ago, the winds of change are here upon me now, and I don't know which way to go until I find my way. And I want to know my way because I need to know so I can create. That's what you're saying to yourself. Why am I in this misalignment with a dream, a desire, something? Why? I'm misaligned because I've been beating to the drum of someone else's song. Someone else is banging the drum, and I've just been marching on. Oh my goodness, I hear that song. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hooray. Like we've got the little one, we got the ants marching down. We've got these ants. We've got life. It's just like we've gone through this rhythm of just keep going no matter what. But when did you stop living the path you're walking? And look around you. Who's with you? Do you like the people who are with you? Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying your job? Or are you thinking of ways you can leave? A lot is going to come to the forefront. A lot of illusionary things will rise to the surface during this Mercury retrograde time, because Mercury has this really great way of bringing about change or causing a miscommunication so that things that are misaligned become more obvious and then things come to a head. Mercury retrograde gets a really bad rap, and if perhaps you're all set to go into your car and the battery dies, and you go, Mercury retrograde, I can't believe you did this to me. But then if you look at, you have 36,000 miles on your car, it's probably time to change the battery. But it will often happen during the Mercury retrograde. It just has a way of rewiring things or causing you to find the flaws and kick things into this faulty energy. And in the faulty energy, you are faced with the truth of what to do next. What do you want to do next? And the timing of this, the timing of all this is superb. We have a new moon. We've got a lot of feeling energy going on, just intense energy. The planets are there just shifting and bringing forth a lot of energy. And the energy that's opposing some of our realities is shining that light so that we can see what's not our personal reality, what we're living that is a different storyline than what our heart is telling us to do. And we have this new moon. And in this new moon energy, we can create. We've got this powerful new moon with powerful planetary energy just churning up around us. Enter stage left. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, indeed. Mercury retrograde. What are we going to do with Mercury retrograde? Wires get crossed. But if you have a clear understanding of what you want in this new moon time coming in, the timing is amazing. We're closing out October. We're stepping into November, the 11th month of the 12-month frame of a year. We are winding down this 2019 and we're coming into a new moon. The new moon energy is churning and calling you. It's just churning and pulling you and saying, come on, come on. Choose the choice that will make you happy. Choose the path. Decide what you want. And just hold the intention. And then Mercury retrograde is like, it's not going to be that easy. Take a look at what's crisscrossed. And then we've got strong emotions that are being pulled up. And we're feeling the energies of the planets. We've got that Scorpio moon stuff happening. We've got that energy. We've got this intensity. And you've got to get intense. What do you want? Do you want the parade of life to pass you by again? Are you ready to get on board? To create the world you want? What can you do for yourself in this new moon energy coming into tomorrow? give yourself a few minutes. You deserve 10, 15 minutes. If you can pull off 30 to 60, bravo. But what do you want? Or sit with yourself and then collaborate and brainstorm with someone that you know and trust, someone who's like-minded. And say, maybe, it's a family decision. Maybe there's a decision of friendship, or maybe there's a business decision that you're ready to make. Maybe you want to collaborate with someone. Set your own personal goals and then dial a friend. Hey, yeah, it's me. Got the new moon energy happening. What are you thinking? You're creating? What do you want to create? We've got this project right in front of us. What do you want? How can we collaborate and make it happen this time? We talked about it last month. We talked about it 6 months ago. Let's fine-tune this planning. Let's get it going. Let's get the visualization going. Let's go now. Before the train is gone and we're lagging into 2020, and we'll be lucky if by the end of 2020 we're on board. It's the time now. I can't say it any clearer. It's the time for you to just make up your mind and stop pussyfooting around. Just stop. Look at everything that's happening around you. Look at all the things that you don't want. Look at all the things that aren't going right. I'm sure you got a list this big. And cross them off. Let's go. Get your head in the game. But get your heart doing the work. We're here. Everyone is here. Thinking, planning, scheming, figuring things out. Thinking for other people. Pet peeve. Don't think for other people. You're not going to come close. Even if you're psychic, you're not going to come close. Don't assume what someone else is doing. Don't assume. You've got enough to handle right in your own business. Focus on you. This is your time to decide what you want to do. And if you're a part of something big, something huge, or something that's on the precipice of greatness, now's not the time to lose yourself in what's not working. Roll up your sleeves, put on your big girl pants, your big boy pants, and let's go. Make it happen. For those of us, and I'm sure everyone in the group can say this, at one moment or another we had an excuse, an explanation instead of action. We want to take action. Now, taking action in this time of Mercury going retrograde, this time is really going to be the time of the seeds of greatness that you've planted on the new moon. We can't really push. We have to be clear with what we want. And if there's something new we want to start, we need to, behind the scenes, lay some groundwork. We need to, behind the scenes, have clarity of mind, understand the mission before you. Is it a personal goal? Is it a financial goal? Is it a career goal? Is it a spiritual mission, a goal of your heart, your passion, your soul? What is it? Is it aligning yourself with the right people? And use this Mercury retrograde time to peel back the layers of things that you don't want to take with you on the new adventure. Because by December 15th, you want to have your foot on the path, the direction clear, and you want to have taken flight. You may not be at your final destination, but if the waters get murky and things get a little challenging as we shift out of the old ways into this new energetic fifth dimension paradigm shift, this conscious shift, you don't want to get caught up in the waves of energy that are trying to disrupt the flow. It's like pulling you down, and you're freeing yourself from the physical energies, the way you've been, the way you thought. You're stepping into this new frequency, this heart-centered way of being, this recalibration, this sole purpose mission. And then you've got your mind, the monkey mind. You've got your conditioned beliefs. You've got your crowd of people who believe you to be one way, and you're talking a whole new language, and they're like, What's the matter? Is she on meds? What's going on with him? They can't get it. They don't understand that you're freeing yourself of the ways of the world. You're freeing yourself of the weight that's been bringing you down and the things that have no longer served you for such a long time, but you've been too afraid, yes, afraid, to let it go. Let it go. Open up the new doors of possibility. So we're going to use this new moon time, visualize, feel it, create it, and begin to activate behind the scenes. Implementation that requires intense precision is best not launched during this Mercury retrograde time. But there's so much you can do to prepare yourself. And as you're building these seeds of greatness, tending to the garden, nurturing them, you're letting go of the things that aren't going to allow it to grow and come to fruition once and for all. If you wanted to grow tomatoes and zucchini, cucumbers, some lettuce, would you say, I'm going to plant over there, and there's a couple of patches of grass, you've got some weeds, a lot of overgrowth from some trees and some bushes, and the sun's kind of blocked. Are you going to work under those conditions? Are you going to dig little holes and put your seeds and put your little sign, cucumbers, put another sign, zucchini, make a pretty little sign, tomatoes, and be like, I love my garden, and leave the weeds there to choke the hell out of it? No. Well, Mercury retrograde will choke the hell out of anyone if you don't get rid of the weeds. I can't say it any plainer, can I? If you're going to visualize, if you're going to create, you're going to clear the space. You're going to make sure you pick the best lighting, the best sun rays to come down. You're going to tend to the soil. You're going to roll up your sleeves. You're going to play in the dirt. You're going to put your fertilizer. You're going to pull out every gosh darn weed. And when the roots are down deep, you're going to dig, and you're going to dig really hard, and you're going to pull it out. Don't you understand that the conditioned beliefs are like weeds in your soul? We've got to dig down deep and pull it out. So if I can count on Mercury retrograde to do one thing, the best, bring the weeds to the surface and give you a chance to pull it out once and for all. What most of us do, kind of yank it out. What I don't see won't hurt me. What happens a couple of months later? Right back to the surface. If you don't deal with the root of your issue, the root of the fear, the root of the blockage, the root of the obstacles and the disappointments and the fear and the pain, if you don't deal with that, you could meditate till you're blue in the face. You could sing your mantras every day. You could sit and go, Namah Shivaya. You could say namaste to everyone and put your happy spiritual face on. You know what's going to happen? The root is going to dig deeper, and it's going to sprout a new condition to challenge your mantra. So for those of you who join me in I am, could you please look at the roots that might be underneath the I am? Because while you're tuning into the frequency of God, tuning into the source power, tuning into the power of creation, there's a weed just waiting to snatch it. So I want you to take a good look at where those roots are and start to clear. You've got 3 fabulous weeks. And look at Thanksgiving as a day to give thanks for all that you've learned, all that you've received. And pat yourself on the back and say, look how far I've come. Because you've come far. Maybe you're measuring it to the you used to be. Many of us do. So maybe in that respect, it doesn't look like you've come far. But if you're reinventing yourself, you are transforming your life. It's a process. When you were 1 and you wanted to be a big girl and go out and play like your older sisters or like your brothers, and you were only 1 and you couldn't just go out and go in the little tricycle and ride in the street, with the other kids, you had to wait for an adult. You couldn't get from 1 to 7 like that, physically. Now, the advantage of spiritual things is that although you can't go like that, the more intention, the more direction, the more intense focus you place on the creation in this new moon and the releasing that you do in this Mercury retrograde time and this spectacular energy that comes on the full moon 2 weeks from today, it's going to be powerful. You can jump so many years of spiritual growth and go on the fast track if you let the stuff go now once and for all. Mercury retrograde, you want to mess with us? Well, we are going to use you to our advantage. I am not going through another Mercury retrograde where I need to have a medic on site because every time I turn around, something's going wrong. Spiritual medic, need you. Technical medic, need you. Automobile mechanic, need you. Let's see, water heater repairman, need you. Hashtag flood. We're not doing that. We're going to look at the roots and what is pulling us down, drowning us in our own fears and sorrows, and let it go. If you are going to be a part of this journey and you want to be part of the Mercury retrograde override and the new moon manifestations, say, I'm in for a new moon manifestation and I am overriding Mercury retrograde because I am pulling out all the weeds. I want to know. I want to know in the feed that you're a part of that. I want you to join the Sarah Spiritual Vibe Tribe and tell us in the feed and tell us in the Vibe Tribe, what are you doing? What are you releasing? Post it on the wall in the Sarah Spiritual Vibe Tribe. Tell me what weeds we're digging up out of your garden because I'll go get my little shovel. No one's a better digger than me. I can dig. When I had a garden, it was the best. When I was in New Jersey, one morning I would wake up. Spring was usually right around the corner. And I would wake up and I'd look around and I go, today's the day. I'd announce to my house, I'm having coffee early and I'm leaving. Something that Sarah Spiritual does rarely. She was out of the house at 6:30 in the morning and I was first at the garden center. I packed my car and left a pile on the side and said, I'll be back for this. And I made 2 trips. And then I would line up all of my plants, all of my flowers, everything that was going to line the driveway and fill my fruit and vegetable garden. I would line it up on the driveway and I would get going. And by 8:15 in the morning, I was a digging. I was a planting. And I wasn't going to stop until the sun set. And I would get almost the whole entire place done. Yeah, I prepped the soil ahead of time a bit, but I was ready because by the end of the day, I wanted to see flowers. I wanted to see growth. I wanted to see the future of what I would see when I came out of my patio and looked out on the driveway. Now, mind you, the next day, I had really sore legs. It was really rough, but I had to catch it in the energy. I had to ride the wave of enthusiasm, and there wasn't a weed, there wasn't a plant that was too heavy for me, there wasn't a hole I couldn't dig deep enough, because I was on fire with my manifestation desire. I was on fire with the vision of what I had. And I had no vision until I went to the garden center, and I would get inspired by the colors and the flowers, and I'd say, I'll take this, and 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 I just threw it all in the car, and off I went. And then I ran around the driveway and I just put everything in place. And then I'd get out the spade, I'd get out the shovel. I got smart. After a couple of years, I learned to get one of those little padded things you kneel on. And I was digging. And I had dirt up my arms. Yeah, I know, hard to believe. I had nails then too. I had my gardening gloves. Ain't nobody going to break a nail for a little flower. No, not me. I'm not breaking no nails for no flowers. So I just dug. I want you to dig deep. I want you to dig so deep that at this new moon, in this 24-hour period, you come up with something you really, 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 really want. And then I want you to dig even deeper. Starting on the 31st, happy Halloween, Mercury retrograde. Eek! I'm afraid. And dig. Dig deeper than you've ever dug before. Pull out every dandelion, pull out every root of every weed, of every growth trying to choke you and stop you. You can do it. Because I know, based on the messages we're going to get today, I know based on the general collective reading we're going to do with our cards, I know on the messages from the guides and the angels and any loved one that pops in, any musical information we're going to receive today for our Sunday Fun Day, that you're going to have some more tools. The universe and the angels will make sure you've got the little pad so you don't hurt yourself in the journey. They'll make sure you have your gloves so you don't have any cuts from the thorns of life. They'll help you. They'll make sure you're okay, but you have to tell them, I'm ready. I'm ready to weed my garden. I'm ready to use the energy of Mercury retrograde to pull it all up and out, to clear it once and for all, and I am so ready to use the new moon. I am so ready to manifest. I am so ready to write down what I want. It makes no difference what it looks like to the outside world. It makes no difference how it sounds. It makes no difference if we don't have enough money in the bank to do it. I'm not going to worry about that because that's the universe's job. I'm going to just do it and get it done. And then if there's something I'm collaborating with someone on and I want to consult with them and we want to co-collaborate and co-connect, we're going to do that. We're going to move forward and we're going to do that. And we're going to set everything in place. So as Mercury comes out of retrograde, we are off into the air. Are you ready? Say, I'm ready. And say, I'm in. And let's write it down. Write it down and remember. We're going to take out our cards. We're going to do collective reading. And as we're in this new moon energy, we're going to take a look here. See what you want to manifest in the new moon. Love to see that in the feed. Love to have your insight as to what you're manifesting and what energy can we hold for you. We have a collaborative, energetic pool here that if everyone holds the space of energy for each other, where two or more of you gathered, so shall I be. I want to call the energy of the universe. I want to call the energy of the angels, the guides, your loved ones. I want everyone in the building. And we're going to use all of our energy. So if there's something you want to create, please put it in the feed. And those of you who feel the pull of, I support you, I want you to say to our family here, I support you. You don't have to know each other. You just have to, out of your words, from your heart, for 1 minute, take yourself out of your own space and say, I support you to someone else. You can do that. You can create that on your own. And you can create it with someone else. So let's collaborate for each other. Let's really make a difference here. Share the page. I do hope you share the page here. Let's see how we can share the page. So everyone, let me know if you share the page. Helena and I are getting fancy schmancy over here. We want to keep upping our game. So Helena, can I ask you a question, or are you just too busy?
I'm having fun playing with this little editor here.
She's editing and playing, but Helena.
Yes.
From a collaborative point of view.
Oh, yes.
We know we have some weeds we're pulling. She's like, yeah,
Those
we got weeds. We're cleaning up at aisle 3, 4, and 5. But Helena, what are we going to create here? What is the Sarah Spiritual Vibe Tribe mission here? What are we going to collaborate? Let's brainstorm here because you're all here, right? So let's all do it together. Let's all do this together. What are we creating?
I would love...
I love putting her on the spot. Oh my goodness. Let me just sit back and watch this.
It's funny because I just see this online event in the Vibe Tribe and all of us having a moment together where maybe we're focusing on just creating more of a peaceful mind and staying set in what our goals really are and really not having to be distracted by what we know are distractions, because those distractions, like you said just before, will just come and pop up to try to test you in that little affirmation that you just said.
I know.
And sometimes we're not even prepared to even deal with that, even though we say this affirmation 20 times.
And you know what else we're learning too? I'm going to use the weed killer analogy, which is a whole nother thing, but I'm hearing spirit, and it's interesting. We can take away the weeds by doing the work. But we've given away our power to so many things, so many other people, so many other systems, so many other items, chemicals, things. We've given away our power to do things for us. And there's nothing like some good old-fashioned elbow grease. There's nothing like some good old-fashioned quiet time. And what I heard you say, Helena, was in the Vibe Tribe. So if you're not a member of our Vibe Tribe, go to SarahSpiritual Vibe Tribe. Let's be in the Vibe Tribe. What if we took a morning? Okay, my spirit guides are like, seriously, Sarah?
Morning?
That's not happening. Okay, so we'll take a time spot, and we send out a notification only for our Vibe Tribe members, and we do a group meditation of manifestation, and together we still our minds for a period of time, so we can build the momentum of the power of the intensity of multiple people. 2 or more of you are gathered, so shall the power of God be. Use the God power to clear out all the weeds together and have our stillness of mind, our peace of mind, our meditative mind, our divine mind be the only acting energy in everything we do. And this way we have a greater balance, and the divine mind overcomes the intellectual conditioned mind. Is that what you said?
Yes, and this is why you are SarahSpiritual and I'm Helena. Because I could not have worded it any better than that.
Well, you know, it's these, I cheat, Helena.
Oh.
I have master wordsmiths who accompany me wherever I go, and they just always give me this really cool verbiage that says the message. But we love the idea, and so look for everyone on our Vibe Tribe. Let's see how we can put it together and make it happen coming into this new moon. Speaking of new moon activities, before we go to our collective reading and individual readings, November 3rd, are you in South Florida? Heck, can you get on a plane? Get on a plane. Come to South Florida. Join us for our Metaphysical Day, November 3rd. We have healings. I'm going to be doing mini sessions. If you ever wanted a personal mini session with me, just to spend a little time with me, ask me some questions in person, check out my center. I don't know, maybe you live in Tampa, maybe you live in Jacksonville, maybe you live in Orlando. Get in the car. Come see me November 3rd from 12 to 5. We are going to have a blast. And we have some raffles and giveaways, and we have healers, we have jewelry that is made by our vendors. We have one of my students is also going to be doing readings. We're going to be filming. We're going to be having some great times. So I'd love to have you here. Participate in it. Our introductory rates with our wonderful vendors and our healers and our readers, they'll all be here. So that would be wonderful to have you be a part of. And I'd like to meet you. So if you can come here to the Expedito Enlightenment Center, 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach, and we know we're going to have a sunny day, a great day, and we would love to have you here. It would be wonderful. So we hope to see you for our Sunday of November 3rd for our Metaphysical Day. We will be here live in person. What better time to hang out with all of us, whether you're from Miami, Orlando, maybe you've been thinking about coming to South Florida, and you go online, you check the flight, and you go, shoot, I'm in. You call up the boss. I'm not going to be at work on Monday because I'm going to be hanging with SarahSpiritual, and you come on down. We'd love to have you here and be a part of our Metaphysical Day. That is coming up. Helena, what else do we have coming up? We have something coming up on Tuesday, and I'm going to get my cards ready while you do that.
Yes, on Tuesday is SarahSpiritual's Power of Manifestation and Prayer class. If you really want to take these affirmations, candles, pendulums, all these little things that we can use as tools and really have them shift you and learn how to use them to to shift your own mindset, your own vibration all around you. This is the SarahSpiritual class you do not want to miss.
You don't want to miss. And it ramps up your energy and shows you things to support the intention. As humans, wouldn't you find, Helena, that we're so used to having things make us feel as if we've accomplished it and we don't trust our own abilities to do it on our own? So these ritualistic ways of manifestation, these connective tools, your candles, your pendulum, spiritual cards, these are all designed to assist you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just got so lost in the energy. I'm like, where are we going? But I'm just thinking, if you're like, shoot, I want to take that, and you're offering at the center, well, guess what? You can attend on your phone through Zoom.
Yes.
We do video and telephone conferencing, so you can take it anywhere.
Even wherever you are in the world. And let's say that the class at 7:30 p.m. on the 29th is not the best time for you, because maybe in Australia the time doesn't work. In UK, you're going to bed. My friends in Ireland, my friends in Australia, it's kind of the morning time, I think. Maybe you have to get to work. You can register for the class, sign up, and watch it afterwards. It's all live, and you get to see everything and ask questions later. If there's a question, something we didn't answer, you can send us a message, and we will answer that question, even though you might not be able to attend live. So if we can, we'll put the link in our Facebook feed. I know some of the people who are here today, they're already signed up. And I would love if you join us on the 29th. It is the class that's going to kick off this new moon energy, kick off the energy of SOS, Mercury retrograde, save me. We are going to move forward. Yes?
It's like a pre-2020 get ready class.
Well, creation class, yeah. So we've got a 2020 get ready class coming up. Oh, we've got a 2020 get ready class, because there's a lot coming in 2020 energetically, and you want to be ready. You want your frequency. We're going to offer that class, and we're going to make it as available to everyone as possible, because we want you to be part of the 2020 movement, the movement into your heart, the power of the energy, the creation, but we also want to give you the tools to navigate the shift in the energy, because for some of us it may make us feel uncomfortable. I know many of you are feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling lethargic, you're feeling out of sorts, life isn't moving the way you want it to, you're getting frustrated, you're taking 2 steps forward and it feels like 20 steps back, and we don't want you taking 20 more steps back in 2020. We want you jumping to the front of the line, energetic line, and we want you to be in alignment with the higher way of being, so you don't get caught in the muck, because there's going to be a lot of muck in 2020. And we want to be ready. It's not a doom and gloom by any means. It's just, how do you want your life to look? What way do you want to navigate life? Do you want to be on this free path of love and light and energy? And when things are a little out of sorts in the world, you just really feel in the core of your being that no matter what's going on, you're okay. You're fully supported by your angels. You are tuned into your guidance. So you're always one step ahead of anything that happens in 2020, 2021. As we go through changes in the world, it's going to be an important time for you. And this is the time to really tune into who you've come to be. And be a part of the movement of light. Be a part of the movement of love. Be a part of the movement of dialing our minds back to God and returning to the energy of who we're supposed to be on this planet, and kind of stepping out of the worldly ways and going into the soul. And it's going to be an important time. I'm ready to give us some messages here for the group. We've got some interesting cards here. We have our Moonology cards. We love these cards. I'll hold up one just so you can see the outside of the card is beautiful. And these cards are just a spectacular Moonology Oracle card book that comes with a little book. It is beautiful. We sell them here at the center, so if you stop by for the Metaphysical Day, pop on by. It might be something you want to pick up for yourself. Did we take out the Mythical Goddess cards or no? We didn't take those out yet.
Those are mine.
Oh, these are your Mythical Goddess
Those are
cards.
that's my personal deck.
So Helena gave us her personal deck of Mythical Goddess cards here. So we've got those, and then of course we have our favorite little love cards. My little heart cards, I love them. So we are ready. Is everyone ready here? Say, I'm in. I love our sessions. Vivian Mello says, I love our sessions. When I come to see you, I found love. Is he the one? I don't know, Vivian. We're going to have to check into that. Whew. You know, that we get choices, you know. We've got a couple of ones. And then get a couple of ones added together, you get $10. I know, you mean the one for love? Oh, yeah, right. Okay. We'll have to check into that. Helena, let's make sure we figure that one out for
Yes,
Vivian Mello.
yes.
Sarah Long, I love that. Liz Moore, hi Liz Moore, how are you? I got your message. I do have to talk to you. Mercedes, hi Mercedes, how are you? Good to see you here. Isabella Fox, love to see you here. Felicia Richardson, she supports me. Thank you so much. And the list goes on and on. Okay, we're ready. Cards, here we go. We are going to take from the mythical goddess cards. We're going to take 3 from Helena's deck. She's sharing her cards with us. Thank you, Helena.
You're welcome. The deck is also available in center.
You know, I don't have these open. We have to buy one of every deck just for SarahSpiritual. I'm so busy making sure you all have decks. I don't get any decks. I have to talk to management. They are not dispersing inventory properly to the employees. I have to talk to someone. It's crazy over here in SarahSpiritual land. Okay, we're going to take our heart cards. I want to take 4 heart cards. I just feel that pull. I think we've got a lot of love questions here. And we want to gear our questions to higher learning questions, questions that will help you understand where you are at this juncture, how to determine that the person is the one, how to follow your guidance, how to create the life you want. If there's a crossroad, asking the question of what can I do or shift? I'm running into this obstacle. What direction do I do when faced with this? These are higher level questions that not only assist you on a different level of growth, emotional connection, and spiritual connection, it assists the group. It also allows you to not get caught up in the same rat trap or the gerbil wheel. Keep asking, you know, I'm in this relationship. It hasn't been working for 3 years. Well, then why are you asking if it's ever going to change or work? If you don't change the inner workings, it's not going to change. So if you ask a question, I've been in a relationship, we seem to be doing a dance for a period of time, and during this time, I've noticed there's certain triggers. How do I address these triggers within myself, and can that shift the way the relationship relates as a collective dose of 2 people? That would be a better question to ask than, is the relationship going to change after 3 years of it not working? Because if you ask it that way and you see it in that myopic way, you're not going to get a different result. It's impossible. I don't need to be psychic to tell you nothing's going to change unless God drops a coconut on somebody's head. And rarely does God do that. I've known an angel or 2 to drop a coconut on someone's head, but God doesn't usually do that. He leaves it to the angels or your spirit guides. Sometimes they trip you. They want to get your attention. But we want to be the creators of the change. We don't want change to happen to us. Now we're going to take, it's moon time, so I want to take 4 moonology cards for the group. So everyone hold in your vision your question. Hold in your vision your question, your collective question, what you feel on a grand scale you would like to know. We are going to interpret these cards for you. So we are going to start with our love cards. We're going to go to Helena's cards, and then we're going to end with the moonology cards since it is a new moon. So in our love cards, the first love card is balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is both a supportive relationship and one that challenges you. One that challenges you, and you can have a shift in your life. So we want a relationship that has balance, but your partner brings out the best in you. And when you're not at your personal, spiritual, emotional best, they challenge you to up your game, because that's a relationship that's going to grow together, not grow apart. So the first card is here, balance. You have balance in your relationships. Have balance in your love life. And if you don't have a partner in love, find the inner balance. Your inner balance will attract the right balanced partner. And here we have a beautiful card that says it's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. And it's important to give to yourself. When you give to yourself and nurture yourself and your cup is full and runneth over, you have so much more to give someone. So we want you to nurture self. That's a beautiful thing to do, is nurture self. And then we're going to go to our next love card, and that's sexual union. Looks like some people are going to be busy in the feed tonight. We've got honor the place that one another come together, heart to heart, soul to soul, that sexual connection, that love connection, that sharing of energy, that sacred union. That is so important. And understand this, that when you connect with someone in that energy of love, in the physical, that physical connection, even once the relationship ends, that connection, that cord of energy is there. Unless you clear that energy, it becomes really important in your spiritual journey that you're selective with who you have these sexual unions with, because that creates a sacred space, and the oneness of the hearts and soul makes all the difference in not just the relationship, but in future relationships and even in your own experiences in life. So you want to be selective in that process of who you share your sacred sexual self with. And then here it says, let there be closeness. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. It gives, and it allows it to give. So there has to be freedom for people to be their own individual selves, as well as honoring the connectivity and the oneness of the couple. We must always let each other have their personal space. So that is a beautiful thing to acknowledge. We need personal space in our life. We need that connection, that self-love, and that balance. And also the other thing for you to remember is that love is patient, love is kind, right? Love is always there. It's always supporting. It's always giving. We want to be in that energy of unconditional love. We're going to go to the mythical goddess cards. We have Elena's deck here, and the maiden, the beauty, it brings you to earth. Ground yourself in Mother Earth. By being grounded in earth, and interestingly enough, we use tending to the garden, tending to earth, planting seeds, fertility. We talked about this in the beginning, so how appropriate that we have here the beautiful maiden, the goddess of the earth, and she's bringing us a message of grounding and really tending to things that have meaning, and really feeling the soil of our life, and really feeling the energy that supports us in all that we do. So a very powerful card for all of us, especially with this new moon energy. We've got this beautiful flow going. And here the next card is forgiveness. We've got the energy of fire. Life is about forgiveness. We have to let go. We have to let God. We can't hold a grudge. We can't hold resentment. When that fire of resentment and hurt and pain is there, then we are burning ourselves. But when we burn out the opinion and the thoughts against another, and we release that, and we forgive ourselves first, and then forgive another, we create such a powerful energy around us to build up forgiveness and allow everyone to be free, to be who they are, and we're not carrying the burdens of the past with us, filled with resentment and angst, because that always slows you down. It does not allow you to move forward. And then here we have the death card, Kali, the goddess Kali. So Kali says to us that we have to die sometimes in the spiritual and the emotional way and let go of old beliefs. We have to release. Sometimes we have to surrender and go through a death. It's like the butterfly that's in the cocoon and comes into the chrysalis and is liquefied. It releases all expectations of life as it knew itself to be. It goes into the cocoon. It releases and allows itself to be reduced to a mere liquid. As humans, we'd be freaking out. We'd be like, oh no, what am I going to do? What happens if I don't transform? You stay liquid and die, or you allow the transformation to happen, and the shift comes. That's what these times really represent. That's why I say, get ready for 2020. We're going to liquid, people. And we're going to have an opportunity to emerge to our most magnificent self. That is what the timeline is about right now. Manifesting our best self, our most magnificent, spiritual, soulful, heartfelt, energetic being. Stepping into the authenticity of who we've come to be and not listening to what everyone else is saying, following your own guidance and knowing who you are and being true to yourself. So Kali says it's time to go through that death. And what better time to bring this in? A beautiful time of a new moon coming in. We're also in the energy of Diwali, the festival of lights, we're celebrating that. So happy Diwali for anyone who's celebrating the Festival of Lights. This is a beautiful time of light and illumination. So we've got these beautiful cards here. So we've got our Maiden for our beauty on earth. We've got forgiveness with fire. And we've got Goddess Kali telling us, hey, death and rebirth, it's a natural thing to do. And now we're going to our moon cards, Moonology. Don't let your pride get in your way. It's a full moon in Leo. And we just came out of that energy of Leo and a full moon a couple of months ago. So we've got this really strong energy. And Leo lions, they tend to be very proud. And they love that energy of who they are. And we want to get out of our own way. Sometimes we need to tap into the heart of ourselves. So in this Moonology card, we have this beautiful lion here. And he's lost in the moon because he's in the illumination, and he has to just allow the light to flow and not have his pride block the light and the creation of who he's come to be. So don't let your pride get in the way of creating what you want. If you need someone's help, ask. If you want things to be different, say it. If you have something you want to do and you're afraid, talk to your inner self, nurture yourself, and know that there are people who will always step up to assist you when you allow them to. And now our next Moonology card is take time to breathe out. Take a deep breath and relax and breathe out. Exhale, release that which no longer serves you. It's a great time for that. And then we have personal issues reach resolution. So this represents a full moon, and we're reserving the right to release anything that doesn't serve us. Reserve that right. I reserve the right to release something that no longer serves me. I choose to set myself free from the past that is holding me back. I choose to not lose myself in anything that no longer serves me. I release it right now. Very important to do, and I would say please do this during the Mercury retrograde time. And then we have the full moon in Taurus is represented here by your dreams are a practical plan. So, you know, Taurus people, they like to be grounded and practical and think things through, and there's a plan behind everything. There's a divine plan, and you want to have some practicality. I don't want you to skip out with no money and no plane ticket and show up at the airport and say, I'm going to fly and tour the world and be a gypsy for the next year and have my own personal eat pray, and you don't have your license, you don't have your passport, you don't have any money, and you didn't buy your first plane ticket. Even if you're going to rely on the kindness of strangers along the way, you need something to start with. So be grounded in your methodology. Have some practicality to putting your foot upon the path. We want to trust the universe. We want to know that we're fully supported. But sometimes we just have to let our practical mind help set us up to move forward, because there are certain things in this world that we do need to pay attention to. So I think we have a great group of information here for everyone. So thank you so much. That's some great information I think we've gotten for everyone. We'll leave these cards here in case we want to pull any for anybody here. That was a great summary, I think, Helena, yes?
I'm just like wow, like all right, that like this. How am I gonna cut this one up later and reshare it for everybody who missed it?
It's a great opening. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that Spirit heard us. I'm really happy, and I know you've got a lot of questions here in the feed. Let me know if you shared the page. And you know, we love doing these presentations for you, and we do them complimentary. We really want to be of service to people, Helena and I. And you know, Sunday the center's closed. It's my day off. It's Helena's day off from her regular day job, which we're trying to steal her from, but haven't done it yet. But we're manifesting that, so hang on. So if we have brought value to your life, we'll put a link. Helena will pop it up in the feed. Make a donation if this work that we do is supporting you in some way. We know, you know, we're all in different ways of, you know, financial abundance, at least in our thinking process. But, you know, there's a lot that goes into this. So if you are so kind and you want to make a donation to support this, the radio show, and some of the other projects that we're really putting together, you're noticing we're getting a little fancy. We're going to start taking phone calls here on Sunday Fun Day too. We are really upping our game, and we've invested time, and we're investing time and money and equipment to make sure that we have what we need to deliver a fabulous event for all of you, and so that I can reach and touch as many people as possible, and that we can spread it out to the world. And then ideally we're coming to you. We're coming to a city near you. So if you live in South Carolina, I'm coming to you. If you live in North Carolina, I want to come to you. If you live in California, for sure we want to come to you. If you live in New Orleans, I'd like to have some food from New Orleans. How about you, Helena?
Oh, I'd love it again.
If you live in New York, well, it's easy for us to go because we got plenty of peeps up there. Wherever you are, we'd like to come. You know, I think I love lobsters, so I've been telling many of my friends in Maine, I want to come up to Maine and have some lobster. I have an old client. She's not an old lady. She's been my client since I opened. She moved to Maine. Jasmine, I'd love to come and have lobster. I've been promising her I'd come to Maine for years. So maybe this summer, I'm not coming in the winter, everyone, but maybe coming this summer of 2020 or spring, we might be in a city near you, especially if it's cold now. We're not coming. But if you've got warm weather, you can persuade us. We can make a trip. So we might not have our bus yet, although, Helena, this is how the universe is working for us.
Oh,
I have a client
yes,
who's thinking of investing in a coach bus to go, and I'm sitting there going, really? Will you be my best friend? I was like, really? You're going to get a bus? I was like, can you put SarahSpiritual on the side of the bus? He's like, well, let me get the bus first. I'm like, okay. So I have a client who's been my client for years who's going to get a bus, and he's going to rent it out so that it can do long trips.
my brother actually paints buses and large vehicles like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he wants to have his whole bus say SarahSpiritual. We'd have to invest in the bus with him.
We could get a wrap for that. There's wrap.
Okay,
there's all
we're
kinds
gonna
of things.
wrap.
We'll
It's
get
a, it's a
vinyl.
SarahSpiritual wrap. Wrap yourself up with SarahSpiritual. Okay, Helena, I think we've got to have some questions. I'm gonna have a sip of something because I've
Yes.
just been talking nonstop. Oh my God, is everyone still there? Are you still listening? Are
Um,
you there?
While you take a sip, I actually wanted to give a little bit of promo for your products quick.
Oh, please, yes.
On my way into picking up our Thai food today, I sprayed down with some Shamuel spray,
Mm-hmm.
put a little New Moon on, and on my way out I had two bags of food in my hands, and a customer who was getting ready to pay went completely out of her way, rushed to the door, was like, "Let me open this door for you." And I was just like, "Thank you so much. That was so kind of you." And I was just like, I need more Shamuel spray in my life, because only when I spray my Shamuel spray, really crazy, kind, unconditionally loving situations like that happen.
Yeah, unconditional love is
Yeah.
truly what Shamuel brings to us. And when you were talking, this is what I heard. And you light up my life. You give me hope to carry on. You light up my days and fill my life with song. I can't go up that high right now because I picked the wrong key, but really, like, I was like, it brings out the light in everything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
A little Shamuel love will go a long way. Now, I have to tell you all, I cannot wear my Shamuel spray. I got to be honest.
Is it too much?
It's too much. I have every Tom, Dick, Harry, Kathy, Mary, Sue, old ladies, little kids, dogs, cats, even rats following me home. So, Shamuel spray, I guess I have so many people with me spiritually, we don't need a spray. So I stick with like my new moon, my full moon. I love my attraction oil. One of my number one products, the first products I ever made was my attraction oil. I love my attraction oil. I wear my attraction oil. I wear some things, and I mix up my own stuff. But I have to be careful what I use because we're kind of electric already, boogie boogie. So when I start amping it up, it's interesting. So it's like then I become the Pied Piper, and I can't even get out of the grocery store. And I don't know what it is, but my clients, when they see me in the grocery store, like I try to act all cool. Like I'm like, I don't really know you, I don't really see you because I don't know who you're with, and it's confidential. So I'm like, la la la, la la la, and they're like, Sarah. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, and then they start talking, and then so I shop at night where no one can find me. I'm not telling you what time I go either, so you can't find me. But yeah, so because I'm real quiet when I'm out, I don't want to impose on anyone. So you've got questions lined up. I know you've been working really busy. You played with colors too. What color did you pick for our questions?
I picked green to go with our original.
Oh, good.
theme.
Oh, I like that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we're all green today.
Mm.
So this one just pulled up automatically.
Okay.
This is from Patricia. She
All right,
says
Patricia.
she's realized all the traumas in her past and forgives herself, and she's letting go of fear and constant worry.
Wow. So Patricia, that's really an important statement. I have to address that statement because when I look at where you are in this life and your energy and what you've got going on, and I know that you follow our show often, so thank you, Patricia. You're always commenting on our feed. The first thing Spirit makes me aware of is forgiving yourself, letting go. You carry a lot of burdens, and you've had a lot of hurt in your life. And for whatever reason, the past 3 years have seemed tumultuous, difficult. I don't really feel like you've had the opportunity to kind of be your free self. And creating the life you want is really important now. And forgiving yourself from the past and forgiving yourself and others. Some things we are responsible for. Some things we feel like we should have known better. Some things maybe we were too young to handle, so we're not responsible. But we have to forgive the storyline, because no matter what, part of us has a part of the experience. So I want you to every day say, in this moment of now, I am love, I am light, I am free, I am forgiven, and I forgive all those in my energy who have been in misalignment with the being who is me. I forgive all those who have been in misalignment with the being that is me. Because by saying it that way, and it's so important for everyone to understand this, we're not giving any energy of blame. I don't want to blame someone. I don't want to judge someone. We have our opinions, we're human. But to just forgive the experience for becoming misaligned and let each person be responsible for their own actions. They know where they are in their life. They know what they did or they said or what hurts they've caused or what they've experienced. And understand, wounded people hurt wounded people. We hurt each other when we're wounded. So often it's woundedness hooking into woundedness. So we want to just release and let everybody off the hook and move forward. Anything that's misaligned, we forgive it, we release it, and we move forward. And I want you to know, Patricia, that as you pass through what's going to seem, I know 2019 has seemed challenging for you. As you step into 2020, you're beginning this whole new paradigm, this whole new way of being, not just because it's 2020, but because the way the energy is lining up for you personally. There's a new beginning. So please just open up your hands, say, I'm open, receptive, God. I'm willing to receive all the beautiful blessings that are already mine. I am in receptivity. I am aligned with the divine destiny, and I release all that no longer serves me, and anything that has been misaligned in my life, in my energetic experience, whether caused by me or received to me from someone else, I release it. I'm done. And just be open. And that is going to take you to some great freedom, my dear. Thank you so much, and thank you for always following the show. Who else do we have, Helena?
Let's see how we get to the next one from here.
We are playing here, so we are creating and playing, and let's see here.
Ooh, there we go. El Yari.
El Yari.
She says,
oh, cantare. Whoa. I don't know. We are only drinking LaCroix, okay? There's nothing in here, I swear.
We freshly popped them out of there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's our bubbly, yes.
Hold on, it changed questions on me.
Oh, what? Wait, go back. Wait.
Ooh. I
Where
don't
is
want to
it?
send it too many times.
Okay, where's Alari?
El Yari, she
El
says,
Yari.
will my home situation be resolved and will my aunt and I be close like we used to be?
So that's her birthday, 2/20, is that the one?
No, this
Oh.
one. Sorry, it's
Okay.
technical difficulty there. But
Okay, fine. Okay. Oh, right up there. No, what? Where am I? What are you doing? Okay. El Yare. Okay, so El Yare, will my home situation be resolved and will my aunt and I be close like we used to be? Oh, your aunt's going through hell. Your aunt's going through a tough time. Your aunt is not very happy where she is. That's why she's having trouble being close to anybody. Will your home situation resolve itself? Yes, it will. They give me the month of peak. 7 months. Month of 7. It's going to take a few months to get you there. I really feel 7 weeks, 7 months to get this home situation resolved. And then your aunt and you will bridge the connection again, but it's not going to be the same. I don't know, your aunt's going through a difficult time, so try to be as compassionate with yourself and with her, and let's see if that relationship can resolve. She's having her own personal come to God moment. Things seem out of sorts for her, and something hooked into her and triggered her this past year. Something that occurred between the two of you, or something you reminded her of that was not intentional, triggered her, hooked into her, and she went off the deep end. We'll just let her be for now. Keep your distance. So, but it will resolve itself. 7 weeks, 7 months. It's going to take a little time to get yourself in a better place, El Yari. Whoa. Okay, who else do we have?
let's see if I can
I'm
get
going
our
crazy today.
I'm gonna see if I can get our question back here on
Okay.
our little thing here. Now I see what Freddie goes through on Wednesday.
Yeah, see, right? And then you're like, oh, why does it take so long? Because it takes time. And then I'm like, come on, Freddie, come on, Freddie. He's like, it's not that easy, Sarah Spiritual.
I need
Okay.
like 7 more screens to see,
Okay.
but we'll.
So you know what you can do? Read me one, and I'll work on that while you get the pretty stuff going, because we want to get to as many
So we
questions as
got-
possible.
We got Lance JoJo. She's new here.
Hi, Lance Jojo. Welcome.
She's like, what's going on with my relationship?
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Hold on, let me get one more thing from this. Lance. So I've got that. So, okay, Lance, first of all, let's take a look at where you are. Take a look at yourself, personal power year. You are supposed to be finding your power, your purpose, your passion, and unconditional love. Obviously, your guy did not get the memo. So, what I see going on with him is, whoosh, he is in this place of self-discovery and who he's going to be. He seems a little wishy-washy. He seems in, he seems out. He seems to be very caught up in his head. He's trying to get himself to something next, and he's sabotaging himself somehow. There's not movement forward in the way I'd like to see him doing it. So he's like lost in his own thoughts, lost in his own emotions, seems emotionally disconnected. The truth of this relationship is going to come out by the end of November into December. By truth, I mean whether we can get this off the ground and let's get it on once and for all. Because he's being a little moody, just a little. Oh dear. Let him be for right now. How can you get it off the ground? How can you get it to shift? By changing your perception of how you're experiencing it, self-love, nurturing self, being sure that you are happy in the aspects that you are creating for yourself, and then looking at where you are as a partner and seeing if he's a vibrational match, if the frequencies match. If you're finding that they're not matching, then it may not change, and you're going to want to make a change in this. And this truth will kind of rise to the surface as we come out of the Mercury retrograde time into the beginning of December. This most likely will kind of shine a light on the flaws. The flaws will kind of be right there, and then you get to choose together if we're going to work on it and rebuild and deepen our authenticity and communication, or we're going to hit the road. So it's going to be a little bit of self-discovery time for you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad to have you be a part of our family here on Sunday Fun Day. And be sure to hook up into our Sarah Spiritual Vibe Tribe. Love to have you. And share the page, share the experience, and we welcome you. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
I want to go to Reina Bella next.
Okay.
She says, Sarah, I've been patiently waiting for a lifetime partner for 6 years. Am I going to wait any longer?
Lucky number 7 is coming right around the corner, honey. If I was a betting woman, I'm going to tell you number 7 is the way to go. And also, you have been waiting. However, this year has been so important, Raina, for your soul journey. It has been a very soulful year. It has been a self-discovery year. It's been a year that's really brought you great awakening to your spirituality and your connectivity. And that lifetime partner is coming. Here's the trick that is kind of going to kick it off to a faster pace for you. In the waiting, if I'm waiting, I recognize that I'm alone. If I'm waiting, I'm acknowledging that something's missing. If I'm just going forward in my life in this great anticipation of everything's great, everything's working out for me, that love is with me in everything I do, when I least expect it, when you least expect it, love is going to be right there and it's going to seamlessly blend in. But it's like you're waiting. And there's a song from Oliver. It says this: where is love? Does it fall from skies above? Will I ever know the sweet hello that's meant for only me? Where is he who I close my eyes to see? So think about that song. Like, I see in my vision this girl just kind of sitting there going, where, translation, I'm alone. I wish he'd really come real soon. Is he really coming? Oh, angels dear, you better hurry. I'm crying here for him. In the noticing of the absence, we make it harder for them to come. Anyone who wants to create anything in your life, money, relationships, love, a new job, noticing the dissatisfaction, noticing it's not here, noticing it's taking a long time, recognizing the obstacles, normal reaction, and realizing that they're happening and focusing your attention on the problems and the obstacles, that pushes it further away. So you're waiting. I will promise you that the waiting has not pushed it away, but now as the energy is ramping up for him to come, focus on where you've been, how great you've done, the accomplishments. I say this to you, Raina, and anyone else waiting for love, the accomplishments that you have, the energy of who you are, the beauty that is you, that love is around every corner. I don't know when, but I don't know where. Today's the day true love comes my way. It's always around me. I can feel it. I can recognize it. I am love. Every day is great. And be in that fabulous energy of joy. And in that joy, you will bring the partner in. And you will not feel like you've even waited. But all this time, you've been getting ready. You've been clearing out energies. And I will suggest that you do just a little work, because there's a little girl inside of you. This is some soul integration work, and I'd be happy to do this with you personally and privately, Raina. If you can go to my website for SarahSpiritual Soul Integration, there's an aspect of you that felt disconnected on or around the age of 9 or 10. Something kind of shifted, and you kind of lost a little bit of your self-worth and your ability to feel loved, feel recognized. Maybe you're feeling less than, not good enough, abandoned. And in that energy around 9 or 10, that little undercurrent is still bubbling up inside like the weed. We pulled off a lot of the surface weed, but we still have a root in there that when we least expect it pops up, creates a frequency, and creates a ripple of disruption in the attraction of partner. But love is coming, and I'm saying 7 is a charm because next year is going to be the 7th year of waiting, and 2020 does bring love for you. So hang on, girl, it's coming. All right, thank you so much. Who else do we have here? Did I give you enough time, Helena?
I almost had something, and then it didn't work for me.
Okay,
but
so give me another question.
I do have an idea of what is actually happening. But I want to go to Mercedes Roberts.
Mercedes, thank you so much for your question. Yes.
She says, lately my differences with a family member has been escalating as if they are intentionally trying to trigger or sabotage me. Can it be diffused?
It can be diffused. It can be diffused, Mercedes. Sometimes family members, we go through growth spurts, and because we're family members, we grew up together, so we know each other at our best and our worst. We've seen each other in our moments of perfection and our flawed moments. And family members want to see people in the box that we're used to seeing them in. And it's not to hurt the others, it's what's comfortable for them. So you're both feeling uncomfortable in the new roles that each one of you are assuming, and you're hooking into each other. And I feel like there's a little bit of frustration and maybe even animosity going on, because I feel like there's some kind of, I don't want to call it a competitive energy, but something seems a little out of sorts, like we want to kind of hit a bumpy road and just kind of like catch people not doing the right thing, or something is like kind of out of whack. In the family energy, remember that people are comfortable with seeing you as they want to see you, because that's the role they were told you are, that's how they envisioned you, that's how they kind of fit you into their perception of themselves. Please understand, everyone, that you have a perception of who you are. Often our own perception of ourselves is not even accurate, sorry to say. So that's the soul dive that we have to all do. Then in our what is the right word there? Our misperception of whoever we think we are, we draw a perception of who someone else is, which also is misguided, because I'm coming from my misaligned self, viewing someone else and finding their misalignments. So my perception of someone else is based on my misaligned self-perception. That self is hooking up into the perception of that person I'm interacting with. The person that I'm interacting with has an idea of who they think they are, who they want me to perceive them to be. So they're projecting that image of who they are to me, which may not even be their true authentic self, but they want me to see them. I'm seeing them through my misaligned self. They're presenting themselves to me in their misaligned self. Is there any wonder we're all a hot mess and relationships are a hot button? Because very few of us really know who we are. And then when we get out into the world, and that's why your question is so perfect, when we get out into the world, as I said earlier in the program, in the monologue, we're presenting the us we want the world to see, because that's what we think we have to show up as in order to get accepted or to get a job or to have friends or participate in activities. We show the side of us. We become this chameleon that blends into environments that maybe we're not even comfortable in, and we lose the authenticity of who we are, and now we're all dialing back trying to find that authenticity. So the best thing you can do is work on you, and as you evolve and become the true authentic self, you either decide if they are in sync with you or not, and even if they're family, then you just kind of distance yourself and don't allow them to trigger you. And how do you do that? You just don't give them that opportunity to trigger you. And you do your best not to trigger them. Very interesting dynamic, not an unpopular dynamic at all, Mercedes, so it's a great, great question. Many people are navigating relationship difficulties with siblings right now because we're going through such a tremendous shift, and this world is really changing. And so we are all being forced to take a good look at ourselves. So thank you, Mercedes, for that really great question. Thank you so much. Who else do we have here?
Next I have Vivian Mello about that love. She said the last time she came in for a session with you, you mentioned love would find her, and it has happened.
Well, at least we got a guy. There's someone on the hook there, Vivian. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, let me see his birthday. Got it. Okay, so, oh yeah, Vivian, I know the numbers of your birthday. I get that. Okay. So your guy, whoa, your guy, Helena, where's my backup? Where's my backup chorus here?
I don't know that one.
My guy. Your guy, Vivian, is going through a major change. May even be a little catastrophic to him. He's really going through an upheaval. So you have to allow him to navigate some of these changes. He does not handle pressure well. He has to internalize. He clamps down. He can run a little hot and cold, but he's a good guy. And I know it didn't sound like he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's just going through a major change. And you're kind of set and loyal and intense, and you show up and you're ready. And I don't know if he's as transparent in his feelings and emotions as you are, but whatever the changes are, he's closing out this really powerful cycle in his life, and 2020 things kind of even out for him. So be patient, and if he feels impatient with life, try not to pressure him into a way of meeting your needs. I'm not saying to lose yourself in the equation, but if he cannot meet all your needs at this time, give him the opportunity to navigate the shifts and changes so that he can have a better insight as to what he brings to the table in this relationship. He should be trying to reinvent himself coming into 2020. I'd love your feedback on this, and thank you so much. And I do hope we have a personal session again. Thank you, and thank you for the feedback. Glad you got someone on the hook here, honey. Let's see if we can reel them in. Okay, who else do we have? Okay, great.
I think I figured out my own little blip here.
Good.
But, we're going to Tara Fergosa next. And you said love questions tonight? And honey,
Yes.
there are love questions.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. All right, we got love questions going on. What's going on with love
Because
here?
Tara needs some advice on her marriage.
Oh, marriage. We're going to take out a card for this, Tara.
She does not know what else to do.
Now I want to sing Hopelessly Devoted to You, but that's okay. It's an inside joke for us here in the land of SarahSpiritual. Okay, Tara. You know, when I look at him, life is not where he wants it to be. And I don't understand the impatience with him because, well, I do because he's in his head. But I feel as if the communication has been off for the past 7 months, 8 months. And I feel as if he's not happy with something in his financial picture, his career. And he has some expectations going on in his head that he's not meeting of himself, and you're not meeting as well. So I really feel like we need a communication overhaul. And I feel as if the marriage, you kind of need a break. And that doesn't mean I want you to separate. It just means we need to just let each other go in their separate corners and figure out what's important to us. So I'm going to take 3 love cards for this very heavy-duty marriage card here. And we're going to see what the cards have to say for you. And I'm also seeing some interference in the marriage. And before you read into that, everyone, I really feel like there's some other people in the circle of connection, be it family or friends. There's other things going on that's making it difficult for the union of the couple to flow in its own energy. I feel like there's a lot of other people hooking in, and there's some disturbances. From one family, I kind of place it with his, but if it's yours, it's just there's people hooking into this. So here we have wait. Don't rush. Don't rush. Allow nature to take its course. So don't push for a result in this marriage right now. Don't push for it to get better or else, or don't push for it to end. Just wait. Just like I just said, you got to go to your separate corners, figure it out. The card comes up that kind of solidifies that for me, and trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. You've got to allow this great transformation, this higher up-leveling of yourselves individually and collectively as the marital couple to unfold so that we can create a better energy. And I love this trust card. It's such a beautiful card here. And then the next card that we pulled for this is look deep within your heart and you will feel love. Love for yourself and love for God, and God's love is as deep as the ocean. So surrender your trust, wait, and be in God's love. And now I'm hearing that song, how deep is your love, how deep is your love. I really need to know, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, right?
All I remember
Breaking us down.
is, how deep is your love?
Thank you, Miss Bee Gees. Sing it. How deep is your love? So, Tara, how deep is your love for him? How deep is your self-love? And ask him to take a good look at loving himself, and then he can be a better partner. Keep us posted, Tara. I do hope we have a personal session. I might be able to give you some other insight. I spy with my SarahSpiritual eye. We have a little cleanup in aisle 3. to kind of get the love vibes going on here. Maybe you need some Shamuel spray. That might do the trick. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Tina Calloway, and she says she needs help with an awakening of her earth angel being. She says she felt her wings envelop her this morning, and she feels shaken by it. Any advice from Spirit or the Oracle cards? She doesn't know where else to turn.
Well, what you're feeling is, and I love this, Tina Calloway, you are in your cocoon. So you went to sleep and you said, I'm just a caterpillar on the journey of life, just minding my business. But your spiritual self said, no, we want to create some wings for you to fly, because it's time for you to spend more time in your higher self than your earthly self. And so, and by earthly self, I mean conditioned self, the self that goes through the same thing. Think of the caterpillar just crawling around, trying to find his way, hoping nobody steps and squishes the poor little bugger. So there you are, just minding your business as a beeswax bit of caterpillar energy, Tina, and you're like, oh, I'm caught up and I want to be more spiritual. I want to make my connection. You've been doing the work, and you've been praying, you've been meditating, you've been talking to your angels. So the energy of the angels that is available here on earth, because it's a different frequency, the angelic realm is at such a high frequency that they come to a certain level, and we as spirit people within a human body have to raise our energy. So as we raise our energy, we raise our consciousness to meet the angelic realm. The angelic realm kind of leans down with their little wing, even though they don't have wings, we know that. And they lean down with their little light beam of energy to touch us so that we can make the connection. They lean down, we reach up. And the more you reach up, the stronger the connection. So you've been stretching for a while and bringing your energy up to the angels. So one night, last night, as a happy little caterpillar who's been stretching his little legs, thinking one of these days, I'm going to end up in my cocoon. Yep, indeed, going in the cocoon. I'm going to come down to my little chrysalis liquid stuff. I'm going to pop out a butterfly. You got the taste of that. It's the breaking down of the old physical vehicle, physical body, physical energy, releasing of the toxins, and then the high frequency. It's like being charged with an electric shock. Or it's like going on a roller coaster and you get to the top and you're scared out of your little dickens. And then you start coming down that little roller coaster and you're like, ah! And it's overwhelming. But it's exhilarating, it's invigorating. I want to put both words together all at the same fly. And then you land back down at the end and the ride's over and you're like, I want to do it again, Mommy. And up you go again. So it's that calibration. That's the word they give me, calibration. You're calibrating your energy with the earth energy, the high frequency that's coming onto the planet now that human beings are being forced to raise their energy level to meet. Otherwise they'll be in a very uncomfortable, dense experience in their physical world. That's why I was saying earlier, coming into 2020, we want to be attuned to this higher frequency as best we can, letting go of old beliefs and physical things that no longer serve us, people who no longer serve us. I don't mean drop people like hot potatoes. I mean, if it's not working, you've got to find a better way. And if you can't find a better way, you're going to let it go. And the universe is going to take care of everybody in the journey. You're going to move yourself up. And in moving yourself up, and you're raising your frequency, everyone, the universe is bringing down this energy to make it easier for us. And if we release, we fit in perfectly. If we resist, we keep missing the mark. So because you're not resisting, it's happening for you. But because it feels so different, it's almost scary. Just trust the process. You are really progressing really quickly, my dear. So enjoy the feeling. In the arms of the angels, fly away. Just fly. Just fly in the angels. Just feel the angels lift you up. And just trust the process. It's an up-leveling, a recalibration of your frequency. That's all it is. off-putting because it feels different, but you're good. Good job, Tina Calloway, and great question. Glad you're experiencing that, because I am sure there are others who are experiencing varying degrees of that recalibration, so thank you. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Fran Kraft with a really interesting question. She asks, are spirit guides appointed to us, or do they decide who they want to guide? She asks because she was recently told one of her guides was a soulmate in this life who she was really close to, and they passed, but she wouldn't have called them soulmates. But maybe this person realized this after they passed.
I cannot validate excuse me, that story. But I'll give you the gist of what I'm hearing. It is a collective decision. You and the spirit guide have a contract you've decided. So imagine a panel of spirit guides and a panel of little spirit people saying, I want to go to Earth. Pick me, God. I'm ready for the mission. And God goes, okay, you. Guide. Get in the other room. Make a decision. And we pick. There's a collective consciousness. God oversees, says, okay, Angel 101, you go with this one. Angel 102, go with this one. Archangel Michael, you better keep an eye on this whole bunch because they're special. They might get themselves in a big mess. Raphael, going to have some healing issues here, so make sure your tribe of healing angels are with them. Send the whole legion. They're going to need it. Okay, we're beaming down these people to Earth. Earth people come. Guides are here at the higher realm, and they're connected. Now, can someone be here on Earth and us not get along, or the relationship is not quite what we would call a soulmate connection? They pass. They go through their life review. This is how I see it with spirit every day. They go through their life review, and in their life review, they're sitting in front of the panel of the angels and the hierarchy and the higher beings and the whole collective consciousness, the soul family pods of people all around. And as they're sitting in their life review, this person who was on Earth, now crossed, now you're asking, can they be my spirit guide? They can. Because as they're watching their life review and they see, not a mistake, but something they can realign and recalibrate, when the panel says, hey, little spirit being, got anything to say for yourself about this little life thing? You want to hang up here in heaven and go back to the pod family, or are you up for another go-around? You want to head back down to Earth? We got a shuttle leaving at about 4 o'clock, so if you clean up, we can get you right back down to planet Earth. Or do you think you want to kind of hang out and be kind of in between a bit and kind of help some of the people here and kind of tie up some loose ends, make it easier for them and kind of earn some more frequency points, kind of flying miles, so that when you do head back down to Earth, wow, you're really going to have a happening life. And so chances are this said person who lived on Earth, in their life review said, hey God, give me a job. How can I help? And God said, go at it. And so there you go. That's how those things happen, my dear. So it's very possible. Not having been the person who gave you that statement, I can't say the perspective the reader or the messenger was coming from. But can that be possible, that someone here on Earth passes and then you become their pet project once they get there? Absolutely. I think I got a couple of people who I'm their pet project. They're probably going bald, pulling their hair out, trying to keep up with me. But it happens, right? I'm sure my spiritual teacher, Bill, is kind of like, oh, it's a special ed moment in Sarah's spiritual land. I'm going to really have to stay on top of her today. It's possible. So yes, they can help us. And I believe, and I think this will be of comfort to many of you who've had relationships with people, and this is maybe not directly to you, Fran, but people have had relationships with people that were uncomfortable or bitter or sad or difficult, or maybe when they died we weren't at the best connection, and the whole experience was just it's like a cat throwing up a fur ball. I mean, like it just couldn't get off the ground. We couldn't have a good moment. It could be a mother, a sister, a brother, a cousin, it doesn't matter. Do I feel like when they get up there, not like they're ruh-roh, I screwed up. No, not quite like that. But I feel like when they see the impact they had on you, And remember, we know not who we were with them in another life, but when they see the impact and they experience in their life review the interaction, and maybe they get to see our true intentions, not that perception. Remember, everyone perceives themselves to be one way, and they perceive someone else another way, and in the meantime, that person who is being perceived as sending out a perception, trying to meet the other person's expectations, so any wonder we're all not quite who we've come to be. Well, I think they get a different take on it. And not that they have sorrow or remorse, because remember, emotions are a human thing. So I find that when we've had a misaligned relationship with someone here on earth, and they pass, and they're in their life review, and maybe they get to see the relationship in the totality, the cause and the effect, the intentions behind the words, and how maybe things became misaligned and misunderstood, that at that point, they can do things to amend the relationship. It's like file a motion in the hierarchy of the heavens so that we can reach a different outcome, a different decision. And I believe that if they didn't help us in the way maybe they wanted to here on earth when they came to this existence, they came to this existence with a project list of things they wanted to accomplish. And maybe they kind of fell short, not in judgment, but just fell short from the original goal. They have an opportunity to make amends for it or to redesign the outcome. I don't really want to use the word make amends or they made a mistake, because that would be judgment, and God and the angels are not judging us in that same fashion. They're giving us an opportunity to up-level our spirit, to up-level our soul, to raise our consciousness, to become more like God. And then God wouldn't judge. So it's so that we can have that. And when you're in the heavens, you see it through God's eyes, because we're removed from the human personality. And God's eyes sees no misalignment. God sees it as perfect. The angels see it as perfect. So when someone who's had a miserable life here sees it through God's eyes, they can see not so much in judgment of how they could have done better, but how they can make a difference by the residue of their actions here on earth. And in that way, my dear, yes, that person in your life who you wouldn't have imagined is your soulmate just may be making things realign differently, because now they're seeing it from the God perspective. I hope that helps you, Fran Kraft. I hope it helps everyone online as far as how this works. I've been getting a lot of insight from the spirit world, from our loved ones on the other side, as to what's really going on and how they can be of best service to us here on earth. And my goal here always, I mean, I love giving you all messages, is I want to teach you, I want to give you information, and I want to give you guidance that's going to assist you in navigating your life and having a better experience, and how to disconnect from things that aren't working for you and really be in the power of who you've come to be. So thank you so much. What else do we have here, Helena?
I have one from Felicia Richardson.
Ah, Felicia, yes.
She says she's let go of all the old, but something's still weigh very heavy on her.
Then you haven't let go yet. That may sound simple, but things weigh heavy when we haven't released our expectation as to how they should be or shouldn't have been. And mind you, there are some great tragedies that have happened to many people, many of us here on the feed. We've endured things that maybe no one else could even have endured. We don't know. But when something's still weighing heavy, that means you're still navigating it in the human sense. Lay your burdens on God. Let it go. And when it comes up, and it will, that's why you're noticing it, that's why you're asking the question, Felicia, say, that was then and this is now, and in the moment of now, that experience has no more power, because I am empowered, because I choose to use the weight of those blocks to step upon to my greatness. I step upon the weight of the blocks that burden me and weigh me down, and I use them to step into my greatness. Look at it that way, Felicia, and you are going to have a fabulous turnaround really quickly. In the next 3 months, you're going to see a turnaround. Thank you for your question. Let's take another question, Helena.
This next one's Marissa.
Hi, Marissa.
McCrimmon. She's unsure of what career path to follow.
You know, it's a good question for you given where you are. Next year opens up this new door of opportunities. You are the person who is very grounded and direct, and it's a time for you to lay some groundwork for yourself that's going to be, I see you being organized, grounded, methodical. You like to work alone, enjoy people, but I don't know that you want to be in the public all the time. So I feel like you're good at managing a project, directing people, orchestrating things, and moving things in that direction. You're also a great teacher, mentor. You're very good at explaining things. You can wrap your head around things. And I feel as if there's a study or a certificate of something that we want to go back to school with, back to school to receive, so that we can up-level our career path and give us more choices. I don't know if HR is something you've considered, but I feel like there's so many niches in HR that it may work for you if you want to be in an office environment. Otherwise, I see you doing something related to research, gathering information and feeding it to the people that are going to implement and orchestrate whatever you're researching or putting together as the baseline of a project. Thank you so much for your question. Well, we're in the energy of the new moon coming up, and we want to tap into the new moon energy before we go. So we're going to take out our Sarah Spiritual new moon candle. We're going to pop it open right here. Oh, smells delicious. We've got the new moon oil here. It's beautiful. We take a little new moon oil and we put it on our candle, and we dress the candle, and we set our intention. We also have our new moon spray. So for all of your intentions, we are going to mist new moon spray all around. Oh. The aroma. This is available on SarahSpiritual.com. Pick up your new moon spray and our full moon spray. And what I love about our full moon spray is it has this really nice earthy scent to it as well. So the full moon has more of a grounding energy. New moon is very up and light and uplifting. And so we have that there. So we are going to take our new moon candle. I want everyone to just take a moment and focus on your intentions. What is your intention? In this moment of now, what is your intention? What you want to create? In this moment of now, how can you shift your consciousness? What is it that you desire? In this moment of now, what do you choose to release? And I encourage you all to write this down tonight into tomorrow so that you have that. So I call in the angels, I call in the forces of light, I call in the power of God. I ask for all that is good and all that is aligned for the highest good of everyone who is here on this video, anyone who's been a part of this wonderful Sunday Fun Day, and anyone who's about to see this presentation that is shared out all across the world. So we are in great gratitude of all that supports the energy of the divine light, the divine love, and the divine consciousness. We are tapping into the divine universal mind, the divine energy of the current of God. And in the divine energy and the current of God, we're going to ask that we tap into this divine universal flow. We're going to use the flow and the divine energy of divine love to move us forward towards the goals of our desires. We're going to open up our heart. We're going to be free of worry and concern, and we're going to trust that the universe has our back. And in everything that we do, we are moving forward. And in the energy of moving forward, we are going to dedicate on this new moon a new beginning for ourselves, a new awareness, a new heartfelt space, new intentions. We're going to visualize the outcome being in its perfect state. We're going to allow ourselves to align. We're going to create a patient environment, patient with ourselves, patient with others. We're going to open up our heart and our intention for the highest good of ourselves and mankind. We're going to hold the vision. We're not going to waver. And when doubt creeps in, because it's going to try, we're going to say, not now, doubt. You have no place here. I am aligned with this new energy, this new moon energy, this new frequency. I'm aligned with this new destiny that I'm choosing to direct all of my intentions towards, and I already know that it's already done in the energetic fields, and in the asking it is already given. So I am moving in the direction of what I desire. I'm not looking to the left, I'm not looking to the right, I most certainly am not looking back. And when fear raises its ugly head, I'm going to say, I bless you, fear, but you served me well, and I'm going to leave you right here in this pile of rocks because I'm going to keep it moving. And in this moment of now, I take this new moon candle and I honor it for all of you, that this new moon brings you all of your greatest intentions, all of your desires, be it love, be it health, be it career, be it manifestation of abundance, be it travel, be it movement, be it spiritual advancement, be it intellectual growth, be it something in the studies, those of you who want to write, those of you who want to teach, those of you who are musically aligned, those of you who are in artistry and dance. We open up the energy of creativity, the energy of love, the energy of intellect. We open up the energy of abundance, and we ask that you be showered with it, and divine health, divine essence always be with you. May your angels always be with you. May God always be with you. We ask for the angels of light. We ask for the angels of healing. We ask of the angels of protection. We ask of the angels of enlightenment. We ask for the forces of the wind, the north, the south, the east, the west. We ask the power of the sun and the moon to bless us as the sun rises on the new moon day tomorrow. We are born again. We have a new moon, new energy, and so it is. And I light this in honor of everyone here, and focus on your intentions at this moment, in the moment of now. And as we speak these words, I am, we know that we are creating. So say, I am the man who or the woman who is creating on this new moon. Fill in the blanks and say, I am. I am, and it is done. I am, and it is done. Focus on your intentions. And so it is. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here for our Sunday Fun Day. It's been a blast. If you're local to South Florida, join us for our Metaphysical Day, 12 to 5. When else could you have a mini session, hang out and chill with us on a Sunday Fun Day? I really think we're going to top all of our wonderful metaphysical days and have our Sunday Fun Day kind of live here and happening with all the action that's going on here. Healers, other readers, we have crystals, we have books, we have spiritual cards, we have candles, we have statues, we have fairies, we have vendors with jewelry, wire jewelry, crystal jewelry, we have, oh my goodness, so many things, soaps, all sorts of goodies coming here for our Metaphysical Day. Thank you so much for joining us. Pop online to SarahSpiritual.com if you'd like a personal session. I'd love to be of service to you. And join us for the 29th, our rituals, prayers for manifestation. Tap in and tune in on Tuesday night for this new moon energy. It's specially priced. If you pre-register for only $15, come on, let's get it right at the end of the year. Let's get ourselves ready for a fabulous 2020. Happy new moon, everyone. Happy Sunday Fun Day. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
Shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Help me hold the answer we are looking for. Help me open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part is the answer now, and we can see love grow. There's a light, there's a light that shines inside of me. Oh, there's a light, oh, there's a light that shines inside of you. There's a light in me.